I remember watching videos of people getting delivered on Facebook of all places. I couldn't believe that the one thing the churches tried to hide was now out in the open for the world to see. Deliverance was being normalized by the likes of Daniel Adams, Kathryn Krick, Isaiah Saldivar, and other ministers who posted video after video of demons coming out of people in some of the most dramatic ways. There was no shame, only freedom. I went about life as usual, and then one day the Lord spoke to me and said, I want you to start going to revivals and capture everything I'm about to do. What revivals? I asked. There was no answer, but a few days later, a woman named Gloria walked into our little church and says, there are revivals happening all over the place and we must all attend. I asked her to keep me posted and then let me know when the next revival would be, and so she did. She pointed me to a revival in New Orleans with Guillermo Maldonado. 3 of us decided to attend, so we drove to the 2-day event. We saw people getting healed, delivered, and saved. On the way home, the Lord spoke to me again and gave me more details of what He wanted me to do, so I continued to look for these revivals. The next revival I attended was in Alice, Texas. Evangelist John Ramirez, an ex-Satanist turned preacher, was hosting a 2-day meeting at Victoria's Frontline Church. It had been a few years since I had witnessed an actual deliverance, so it was exciting to see people manifest and get set free in these meetings. Pastor Paul then pointed me to Extreme Harvest Church in San Antonio, Texas, who would be having a revival of deliverance event with Daniel Adams. I really didn't know who Daniel Adams was at the time or what was the big deal with him, but it was on the way home, so I decided to check it out. Wow. That night, I witnessed mass deliverance for the first time. Mass deliverance is when multiple people begin to manifest at the same time as the preacher is praying or teaching. There were deliverance teams all around me helping these ladies get set free. I remember thinking how painful it looked. They were coughing and kicking and screaming, and then it was all gone. After their deliverance, they were praising, dancing, and smiling. You could tell that there was this huge difference in their countenance. Needless to say, that night really changed everything. When you experience mass deliverance, you just can't help but feel a little bit of panic. But as it continues to happen, you realize how much freedom it's bringing to the people, and then you get such great joy. I was recording all these miracles with my iPhone, but I feared getting delivered myself. The next revival was in Rockport, Texas with Kathryn Krick, who I was following because she's just such a gentle woman. She doesn't scream at demons or put on a show. She simply counts to 3 and demons obey her. Again, teenagers, women, men were all getting delivered when she ministered. By the end of 2022, I thought I had seen it all, but I was wrong. God had more for me to witness. I drove to Mount Juliet in Nashville on December 31st to see the Demon Slayers. These young group of ministers included Daniel Adams, Isaiah Saldivar, Vlad Savchuk, Alexander Pagani, and Mike Signorelli. It was a very long day that day. Each minister took the stage for about an hour, and I really didn't see any manifestations until Alexander Pagani came on stage. This powerful man of God with a distinct New York accent, wearing a black puffer vest, long beard, and black jeans, came up to the stage roaring like a lion. He said, "I'm not preaching today. I want to pray for everyone who needs deliverance." The scene right there impacted me so much. He brought up about 8 to 10 people to the stage. He prayed for them one by one, and demons couldn't leave fast enough. At the end of that shocking deliverance session, I was mentally and physically exhausted. There was a mass deliverance that took place after that, and I was ready to lose my dignity. I hoped I would manifest, and at that point, I just didn't care. I just wanted to be set free of whatever demons I had picked up in life. At one point, Alexander Pagani got in my face, looked straight in my eyes, and hoped I would manifest, but I didn't. So he moved on to the next person. So what does that mean? Did that mean that I was demon-free? I don't think so. So in March 2023, I headed to Houston, Texas to attend a Prophet Lovy meeting. I had seen his incredible Revelation Nights Miami video in YouTube and the testimonials that came afterwards, especially the one about the woman getting healed of cancer. So I just had to attend. That night was so electric. At one point, I even thought I saw a huge angel standing in front of the auditorium. Prophet Lovy went on to do a teaching about worship, and afterward, he moved into mass deliverance. Again, there is this tinge of panic that comes over me every time they go into mass deliverance. Will I manifest this time? Will I be embarrassed in front of my friends? What if they record this and it ends up all over YouTube? Ugh. I hate all the questions that enter your mind when you're going through it, but you know what? You just gotta power through. People are manifesting all over the theater. A mom and daughter next to me start screaming, and so we have to move so that the ushers can get to them and get them to the front of the stage where they will get prayer. Now, we're sitting at the back of the theater, so we can only see the deliverances happening on the big screen. If you watch the videos on Prophet Lovy's YouTube channel, you will see the amazing miracles that occurred that night. Now, Matthew 12:25, Jesus tells us that any kingdom divided against itself will not stand. If Satan casts out Satan, he is divided. So how will his kingdom stand? We all may have different religious backgrounds, but at the end of the day, I think that even as children, we are taught that demons exist through the Bible. It also tells us on Matthew 10 to heal the sick, raise the dead, and cast out demons. The Bible tells us even about the 7 sons of Sceva who tried to cast out a demon, but the Spirit leapt on them and overcame them and prevailed them, and so they fled out of the house naked and wounded. Can you imagine that? There are so many questions about deliverance at this point, but you know what? My mission is to be set free. And so I will tell you all about my deliverance on part 2 of my deliverance journey. Now make sure you guys subscribe to RevivalCast on YouTube. We are also on Facebook, and you can watch the full videos from all of these amazing events that I attended and are part of this testimony there. I hope this blesses you and answers questions you may have. God bless you guys, and see you next time.